On this episode of Carnival Eats, it's the Buckeyes versus the Volunteers in a Carnival cook-off.
We're making cotton candy cupcakes.
Thick cut, hickory smoked bacon.
That is so good.
Woo! We got ourselves a sandwich, Dave! Apple pie cheesecake. Can't wait anymore. I'm Noah Cap. Welcome to Carnival Eats. We're here in the Buckeye State, enjoying the very best of the Pickaway County Fair. Located just outside the historic town of Circleville, these fairgrounds host this annual summer event. Things here get underway early, and I'm starving, so let's get this day started.
Steve is the proud owner of Corky Q. The secret to his success is simple. He only cooks with fresh, locally sourced products. His biggest seller is his all-day breakfast sandwich, the Three Little Pigs Melt.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
It's got all the good stuff.
I can't wait to eat. I haven't had breakfast yet, so I'm ready.
Corky Q's is the one booth that I visit on a frequent basis, at least once daily. Favorite booth at the fair.
This sandwich is not just for breakfast anymore.
No, this is good anytime.
How'd you get into this business? Were you always a chef?
No, I was in the metal fabrication business, and I built my own smokers, and we got into doing pulled pork and brisket.
Right.
And we do breakfast, and I came up with this Three Little Pigs sandwich.
Let's do this.
First, we're gonna start with a 4-ounce sausage patty, locally sourced.
Oh, look at the coloring, look at the browning. That is coming together nicely. What are we doing now?
Thick cut, hickory smoked bacon. It's also locally sourced. Amish sourdough bread. This was baked yesterday.
Check the way he butters this bread up.
Well, I think we're ready to put the eggs on. We got the eggs from my wife's hen house.
I mean, this is a homemade sandwich in a way.
You're correct.
So you crack the yolk ahead of time so that when you're biting into this thing, you don't have yolk running all over the place.
That's right. You don't want all that yolk running down your cheeks because there'll be enough melted cheese on there that'll do that for you.
You're talking dirty to me right now. I hope you understand it's the equivalent of dirty talk, Steve.
So you're ready for me to add some ham?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready for you to add some ham.
This is ham that we get from a local butcher, and he cures his own hams, smokes them. The ham just takes a few minutes to brown. So we ready to assemble this sandwich?
Steve, I couldn't be more ready.
Okay. Well, we're gonna start with a piece of American Swiss cheese, hen house egg, and then a sausage patty. American sliced cheese, hen house egg, and then we will throw our bacon on there. American Swiss cheese, another egg, then we will add our ham. And the last thing to finish this out is another piece of sourdough toast.
I mean, I can't wait anymore.
So there you have the Three Little Pigs melt.
It's better than I thought. You know all the elements are gonna work. That sausage was thick and beautiful. That hickory smoked bacon was crispy. The ham was cooked perfectly. You could see it kind of curling up on the edges. 3 perfectly cooked eggs. Beautiful, fresh, puffy, fluffy sourdough soaked in butter. I'll tell you right now, Steve, the Three Little Pig Melt, I will huff and puff and take this sandwich down. That is a mouthful of meat.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
That is so good.
Amazing.
amazing, delicious
Perfect.
woodwork. It's what stands out.
The ham. Definitely the sausage.
Egg, sourdough bread.
What's it called? Is it called a foodgasm? When you just love it so much, you just want some more?
On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate this thing?
This is a 9.5
What'd you take the half point off for?
because I haven't got to eat the rest of it yet.
Let's say congrats to Bo, who just won Best in Show for this next dish. A typical Stromboli has ingredients like pepperoni and cheese rolled into a pizza dough. But Bo's taken everyone's favorite meal of pizza and chicken wings and combined them to create Buffalo Chicken Stromboli.
I love Stromboli.
My favorite snack.
It's kind of like the best of both worlds. It's pizza, it's a sandwich.
Exactly.
Growing up, were you into food? Was it always a passion of yours?
Growing up, my neighbors owned a ride company.
Yeah.
My best friend took me out for a summer to go work, and it all took off from there. I met my wife out here, and we put our heads together, and here we are 17 years later. With
Unreal.
Ramsey Food Service.
That's awesome, man. You ready, buddy?
I'm ready.
Let's do this.
The first thing we're gonna take is a 7-inch pizza dough. We're gonna go through and add our cheese, of course, which is a 50-50 blend of mozzarella and provolone. Then we're gonna move over to our buffalo chicken mix, which is grilled chicken, seasoned and roll it in our special buffalo wing sauce. It's just buffalo sauce, a little extra butter, a couple things to turn the heat up just a little bit. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the fold part. Once like this, over, flip it. Next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut the top of it to vent it so we can get that heat inside to cook everything real well. We got this oven set around 375, and we're gonna cook it for usually 8 to 10 minutes.
Once our dough is beautifully golden brown, it's ready to go.
Oh, look at that. The little ventilation slits are acting as windows.
Here, this is my favorite part. This is when we butter it up. That is garlic butter. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna cut this. We're gonna put it in the tray. We're gonna hit it with a little blue cheese.
And then I'm gonna hit it with my face. We're going blue cheese dip. In addition to the authentic blue cheese crumble, what's the next step?
The next step is to eat it and enjoy it.
And that is a delicious-looking buffalo chicken stromboli.
That's so cheesy. I'll tell you what's nice about this is that pizza dough. You've got that crunchy, crispy, golden outside that you want, but as soon as you break through it, you can see it's nice, soft, puffy bread underneath. Inside of that is literally a cloud of cheese. And then inside of all that cheese, just packed in, are pieces of beautiful, juicy chicken that are just soaked and slathered in that buffalo sauce. Bo, well done, my man. Somebody call Luigi, my local pizza guy. Tell him it's over.
That is so good.
Cheesy.
It's not dry at all. Breaded sauce.
The buffalo sauce, that's the kicker. And
Oh, we're not freeze framing on that last shot? Oh, yeah. Welcome back to Carnival Eats. We're here at the Pickaway County Fair in Ohio.
Our next vendor, David, travels the country in his boxcar diner. This year, he's taken the classic bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich and supersized it to create the Big PLT.
Have you ever had a big PLT?
not this big. Everything's better deep fried.
This guy's eating one of these, he claims, every single day.
Every single day during the fair.
We're hanging out with David, and we are getting ready to make a monster of a sandwich.
Yeah.
So in 26 years, have you noticed the food change?
That is why we came up with the sandwich that we came up with. To stay ahead of your competition, you got to constantly evolve.
What's the first step, my man? How do we get this thing fired up?
We have our pork. It's rolled in the egg, and it's not your cornmeal batter, it's a cracker batter.
Pounded down like a schnitzel.
Set her down in the fryer.
Pork, chipping away. I mean, we're making good time. Now, while that's been flipped over,
We're coming to the tomatoes. Everybody likes a fried green tomato.
it's so good they made a movie.
That they did. Crack a couple eggs. We got a little bit of salt and pepper that we'll put into the cornmeal. Just adds a little bit of spice to it. We'll lay the tomato in the flour.
Beautiful, nice, thick cut.
Drop it into the egg.
And we put it into that cornmeal.
To give it the texture and the spice.
Beautiful.
Into the deep fryer.
We've almost got a sandwich, Dave.
Almost there.
We're almost there.
Almost there.
It only takes a minute before they're all perfectly deep fried.
Now we have to go to the bun. We'll use a steamer. Softens the bun, and it also adds the freshness to it.
Assembly time. Steamed bun, what are we laying down first?
We're gonna lay down the pork tenderloin first.
The bottom bun has disappeared.
Tomatoes, some lettuce across. Lay some onion on there. 3 pickles. We'll put mayo on it. Then we'll take our bacon bits. There you go.
That's a big sandwich, man. Oh,
We
yeah.
got a big bite.
All of these elements work together perfectly. That beautiful piece of pork, which has that amazing crispy, crunchy batter on it, but then you get into that juicy, delicious, fresh tomato. And then from there, it's all good news. Lettuce, onion, creamy mayonnaise, and crunchy, salty bacon bits. I'm going 3D for you at home on this one.
Great, perfect.
The pork is crispy, but not like too crispy. Tomato is great.
Can't beat it.
Well, that sounds like a challenge. So let's head further south.
We're here at the Wilson County Fair in beautiful Lebanon, Tennessee.
This fair has been running for more than 150 years, and it's known for down-home cooking at its finest. No shortcuts here. Get ready to see some real carnival cooks. A year and a half ago, Jessica started making cupcakes for friends and family. Word of mouth spread and her business took off. Today, she's using a carnival classic to create her cotton candy cupcake.
You don't eat a lot of cupcakes as an adult, I would imagine.
I do.
You do. In your life, have you seen something like that?
No, not at all.
So what made you want to try this?
I mean, look at the colors. It's a good cupcake. That's all that matters.
Were you always in the food business?
No, this is new. We created this business so I could stay home and raise my boys.
Yeah.
We all cook together, we bake together, and we do this together.
What's the first step? How do we make this? Where do we even begin?
Okay, so we have your classic cake mix. Flour, eggs, baking powder, pinch of salt, oil. So we're gonna add our food gel, and we're gonna make it that pretty pink cotton candy color. Okay, and then we have my secret ingredient, cotton candy oil.
Oil. So I would imagine that this cotton candy oil is very similar to vanilla extract.
Yes, so you've got cotton candy infused batter. So we're gonna put it in my cupcake dispenser. This gives me the exact measurement of my cupcakes each time.
So this is gonna go for what? How long, what temperature?
10 to 12 minutes at 350.
What are we doing now?
We are gonna make the buttercream. Classic buttercream.
Let's do that. Starting with a giant brick of butter.
We're gonna add 6 cups of powdered sugar, and we're just gonna add a little milk. Oh, that's good. We're gonna do 1 squirt of the food gel in our blue. You wanna add the pink in?
I do, and then?
Secret ingredient.
So this is that cotton candy flavor.
It is. So we have to mix on 2 different sides.
We're drawing a line in the butter. Just a little bit.
And that's it.
Okay. Time to check in on our bases.
Yeah, so we take them out. They need to cool 15 to 20 minutes.
All right.
But don't worry, I baked some fresh this morning, and we are ready to ice.
Oh my goodness.
We're gonna add the cotton candy, the best part. And there is your cotton candy cupcake.
Oh man. It starts with the base. It's got that soft, moist, cakey texture. That buttercream icing is so thick, but at the same time, it's super creamy. Into the top level, which is cotton candy, and the amazing part is you taste the same cotton candy flavor from the top as you do in the cotton candy infused base. Anybody eating those other ones?
No, have at it.
Well, no one's gonna eat it. You're gonna waste it.
It melts in your mouth.
Really good, really moist.
You can taste the cotton candy in the icing. I'd probably eat another one if I had another one.
We're in Tennessee, the volunteer state, where I'm willing to volunteer to stuff my face with some incredible country cooking. Local vendor Corey serves soul food year-round here in Lebanon, so you know he's doing it right. Today, I'm trying his Tennessee hot chicken.
Hot chicken! Hot chicken! Hot chicken, would you put that on the top 3 things that Tennessee should be known for?
Yes.
It's a Nashvilleian, a Tennessee thing.
I mean, that thing is hot and fresh. You can see the steam. It's like you're holding a torch. Chicago has a deep dish pizza. Philly's got the cheesesteak. Hot chicken down here is kind of your thing.
Oh, yeah. You ever heard of hot chicken, you have to trace the roots to it, and it's going to lead you always to Nashville, Tennessee.
So tell me a little bit about it. What's the difference between hot chicken and just fried chicken?
It's just a type of seasoning that you prefer, like a dry rub hot. People love it, man.
Let's do this.
First thing we want to do is we want to season our flour. We use paprika, garlic, and some pepper mixed seasoning salt. We also season our hot chicken with some of our mild dry rub.
This is a very important part. This is the hot chicken.
Yeah. Throw all that in there. It comes down to that.
And we're going mild on.
That is mild.
For real, though, man.
I know you for real. You want to mix it up real, get all that flour well seasoned. So we get some seasoned salt there. And we're going to make sure this chicken is completely covered, front and back. And also, we wash this egg yolk, hot sauce, and also some mild dry rub. We're going to simply just transfer it over into the flour pot. That's good there. After that, we just transfer it into the fryer. Roughly about 13, 15 minutes, it should be ready.
Beautiful. It's gonna give me a little bit of time to get pumped, get excited, and see if I can get some feeling back in my mouth.
Oh, yeah. You're gonna get it back tomorrow.
After waiting 15 minutes, our hot chicken is done.
How we plate this here in Tennessee, we just simply take some bread here, some of our mild seasoning or our hot seasoning, top it off about 3 or 4 pickles there, and that's it, man.
Oh, man, take a look at that.
That is some Tennessee hot chicken.
Have the fire department on the speed dial. Oh, yeah, man. It's bringing that hot chicken flavor. Not only is there that heat, but there's a crunch in that batter, which is real nice. Every piece of that chicken is just plump, juicy, full of flavor. The pickles are a nice little chaser. Tennessee, more in particular, Grace Dining. They're doing hot chicken right, the right way.
Woo! I love the outside crunch.
The heat, juiciness, nothing like it.
You better try it.
Mary made a name for herself, baking pies and selling them at local events. Now, 12 years later, she's a regular at the fair. Her bestseller combines her two most popular desserts. It's her apple pie cheesecake.
You went straight for these.
Straight for this.
Cream cheese is my favorite, first of all.
She loves it.
It's a very nice blend of both.
You're excited, man.
I'm excited you're holding me back.
Well, I'll stop talking then. Mary, let's talk a little bit about how you got into this business.
My best friend, Nicole Walpole, asked me to make a cheesecake for her. It was nasty.
That story took a hard turn there.
Yes. So then we made another one, and it's been my new signature dish.
You just needed to tweak something.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So we're starting on the apple pie side.
Well, we first take the butter. Now we add the apples.
Mary uses Granny Smith apples because they're tart and hold together after they've been cooked.
Now you're gonna add the brown sugar and cinnamon, and then while it's simmering, I usually go on to my cheesecake batter.
All right, so we start with a giant brick of cream cheese.
And you put it over here, and you mix it up. Add your sugar, sour cream, and vanilla, cornstarch, and we take our eggs, little steady stream.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's good.
It looks like we're heading in the right direction.
We're ready.
What do we do now?
We have to get our crust.
This is a cheesecake crust made with graham crackers, sugar, butter, and cinnamon.
Now we're ready to build this thing.
Yes, sir.
Starting with that beautiful cheesecake filling.
Yep. Take our apples. All right.
Back to the cheesecake filling.
Yes, sir. Top it. The crumbles.
Like
It's like cinnamon
oats
and sugar and flour and little oats. We'll take it over here to our oven.
This bakes for 50 minutes. Luckily, Mary has one that's ready to go.
That, ladies and gentlemen, that's an apple pie cheesecake.
Yes, sir.
That is amazing.
Thank you.
You get that authentic apple pie taste, but at the same time, you got a mouthful of cheesecake. Rich, thick, creamy. But sandwiched in between those levels are just delicious caramelized brown sugar and butter soaked apples. The crust on the top and the bottom, the graham crackers make it feel like that traditional kind of homemade pie. Who says you can't have your apple pie cheesecake and eat it too?
Perfect combination.
This is delicious, y'all. The cinnamon, the apples, all of it.
Creamy, appley goodness.
We're back at the Wilson County Fair in Tennessee, where our next vendor, Mimi, believes that fair food should taste just as good as home cooking. Her grandbabies were her first taste testers, and now business is booming. Her most popular dish? Mimi's Meatloaf Sandwich.
A lot of people are talking about this thing.
I think a meatloaf with like a bunch of sides. I don't ever think of it on a sandwich.
It's kind of like a spin on a hamburger.
Let's go back a little bit in time and talk about this industry, this business, and more importantly, how you got into it.
We opened a little market, Griffin's Market in Gladeville, Tennessee.
Right.
We did that for 6 years.
Yeah.
We had a friend and says, hey, let's go to the fair.
Right.
Here we are.
So we're starting with the meatloaf.
Yeah, the meat. Brown chuck, 80-20.
The point of having the oats is what?
Holds it together.
Is to hold it all together.
Yeah.
Boom.
There you go.
Onions.
Green peppers.
Should I go over here?
Yeah.
This southern staple is a canned mixture of diced tomatoes and green chilies.
Let's go with eggs.
We're going with the eggs.
Yeah. The steak sauce.
And last, but certainly not least,
the salt and pepper. Okay, now we're ready to squish.
that sounds like a job for Mimi.
I thought you were gonna be the one to do this.
I added all the ingredients. I have to take a break at some point,
Oh,
Mimi.
yeah, you're tired. Now, I'm gonna dump it in here.
That's it.
Just form it. Okay, now we're ready to put it in the oven, 375. We're gonna let her cook for 35 minutes.
This is a two-part cooking process. After 35 minutes, the meatloaf comes out to be slathered in ketchup. Then it goes back into bake for another 30 minutes.
29 minutes 58, 29 minutes 59.
Let me get my gloves on.
30 minutes.
Yay!
Look at that.
Looks good, doesn't it? Now, we're gonna slice it.
Oh, man.
Yeah. We're gonna do pepper jack cheese. Then we're gonna put a few little pickles here. Now we're gonna do our mustard, a little mayo. Gonna put a little jalapenos. Can you get your mouth around that?
Oh, yeah. Mimi, this is your meatloaf sandwich. Yep, winner, right
The
here.
winner?
Oh, man,
Thank
come
you.
on. The
Good.
beef is perfectly cooked. The onions, the jalapenos, all those things that we added in there. But it's an epic combination.
Into the pepper jack cheese, the pickles bring the sweet, the jalapenos bring the heat. Come on.
You'll have to come and eat with us when all my kids are there.
Did I just get invited to a Mimi family dinner?
Yes, you did.
Well, here's my answer.
Oh, boy.
That's really good. It's great.
This is perfectly cooked meatloaf. I like the onions in it. I can eat onions with anything.
I've never had cheese on meatloaf. That's new. And then the jalapenos. I love jalapenos.
It all very complements each other well.
Like heaven sent. Beautiful weather, amazing people, and crazy delicious down-home eats have made this one heck of a great fair.
From the Big PLT to that apple pie cheesecake, the buffalo chicken stromboli, and the cotton candy cupcake. Oh, it's been a delicious day.
We'll see you next time on Carnival Eats!